everybody. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Nick Bell. I'm a brand marketing intern working with Ants Ricky Moeller and Orestes. So a little bit about me. I'm going into my sophomore year at Adrian College. I'm pursuing a business administration degree and I'm concentrating in marketing and economics. I'll be graduating in April of 2019 and I'm also a catcher on the Adrian College baseball team. That's been a cool experience so far. I've only had 1 year, but it's been cool to be a part of a dynasty. We just won the conference for the 8th year in a row. Hopefully we can keep that going. So coming into Federal-Mogul, I didn't really know what to expect. I did hear that people were great, it's a really good environment. I wanted to learn about the industry itself. Begin developing my professional career. I know this is a great place to start especially. And I really wanted to add value to my team. I didn't want to just kind of be here, I really wanted to do something important and be able to see the effects of my work. So within brand marketing, I was placed with our underhood brands, which I concentrated with Felpro, Sealed Power, and Speed Pro. And Felpro is where I concentrated most of my time, and that's with gaskets and sealing systems, while Sealed Power is more engine components, and Speed Pro is more performance-based within engine components. And for those of you who don't know what Felpro is, I have a gasket to pass around for those of you who haven't seen one. I thought it was very interesting to work with a gasket brand because 90% of the population in our country doesn't know what a gasket is. So the people that we sell to are the only ones that even know what they're buying. So it's really cool to work with a brand that's so specialized like that. So a little bit about Felpro itself. One of the big facts that we have is our market share. Right now we're about 80% of the market, which is obviously big. That gives us a lot of freedom to do whatever we want. And one of our main focuses was to maintain leadership in innovation and quality. And we did this by really working with our engineers in Skokie, Illinois, really making sure our products are innovative and not really going with the curve. One thing that's really nice about having this kind of market share is we really get to set the curve. So we can see with our competitors, they really try to follow us. We're really leading the charge with the gasket market. So I'd like to highlight 3 projects I've worked on this summer. The first one is my FMECAT project. The second one is Felpro Tech Blogs that I developed. And the third one is our competitive analysis project where I really got to see what competitors are doing versus us. Again, how we set the curve and they really do try to follow us. So my FMECAT project, for those of you who don't know, FMECAT is one of our public websites where consumers can go online, they can search parts, and it'll really help them match parts with what they need. And my responsibility was to go through the other media, slide on each part that you look up. At the bottom you can see in the red circle. And this displays PDFs that give information about the products and just any overall information that consumers would need. And my job was to go through and physically print off all the PDFs, then sit down with the brand managers and audit the PDFs, what we need to delete, what we need to add, maybe replace some information. And the next step was to go with our digital team to actually implement those changes on the physical PDFs. The next step was to meet with our catalog department to actually implement those changes online. And towards the end, it was really cool to see something I'd worked on because this was the first project I did this summer, and to really see my changes online. And this website gets about 500,000 views per month, so I know I have a big reach with this project, and it was really cool to see something tangible that I worked on. Second project were the Felpro Tech Blogs I helped develop, and I have one of those to pass around. So these tech blogs are a sale resource we've developed for Felpro, and each of our technical product specialists will use this on a daily basis. And these will actually end up in the Garage Guru vans. They were just sent out last week. And this project started with the proofing stage, was going through making sure there's no glaring errors, making sure all the content's relevant, up to date, how we want our voice to be heard. Coordinating with the printing house, which we use Temple Brothers Printing, and coordinating with them and really communicating to our storage house where we use EPI Marketing Services in Battle Creek, and they store a lot of our print ads and brochures. Once everything was finalized and stored, it was sent back to me to assemble actual tech blog that you'll see in a minute. And the last step was to actually send these out to our Garage Gurus or technical product specialists. So it was really cool in this project to see go from the proofing stage all the way up until putting them in the physical vans. It was really cool to see, to know that they're going to use this on a daily basis. I really am making an impact with leading up to sales and helping them every day. So that was more of what I did throughout the entire project, and this is the reach of the actual project. So it'll be displayed on our Felpro website, on Chopin, Facebook, in the vans themselves, and on FMECAT, like I mentioned earlier. And you can see in the picture that this is one of the Facebook posts I helped develop a couple days ago. And so far we're around 50,000 views already. So it's really cool to see something I worked on personally, like really blow up online. The last project is the competitive analysis project I worked on, and it was split up into two parts. The first part was really focusing on tracking print ads that our competitors use, seeing what their ads are, how much they're spending, how often, where they're being displayed. That all started with going through the brand health of Felpro itself, see where we are in the market, our strengths, our weaknesses. So once I went through all the print ads, mostly displayed online, some in person. These are all in magazines. Really comparing our competitors' messaging and their scheduling, how much they're spending, to what we do. So it's really cool to see how we compare, how we stack up. And the second part of this was to go through one of our competitors' promotional training ads that they've launched. And this is Magnum, to be specific. And they launched an online training program, kind of like a loyalty program for their customers. And this was conveniently launched right after our Garage Awards was sent out. So going back to how we set the curve, they really are following us. And these are one of our bigger competitors. So I had to go through the actual training and record the content, analyze it to see how that compares to what we do. And no surprise, they're pretty much copying us as much as they can. So it's cool to compare that to Felpro and really see what our competitors are doing to really follow in our footsteps. So I enjoyed all these projects I worked on. It was pretty hard to pick three to talk about because I touched on a daily basis probably about 20 projects throughout the summer. With my FMECAT project, I really learned the importance of interacting with each department and learning their interests, why we need to work together, really what they can get out of working with me and why it's important. With the Tech Blog project, I really learned about the importance of building, maintaining a really good relationship with outside vendors, outside companies, exchanging emails, calling, really meeting people I'd never met before, and really having a good relationship with them. In case we did encounter problems, I'd be able to sort it out with them in a professional manner. With the competitor project, I really learned the importance of focusing on what we're doing, keeping in mind what the goals that we want to accomplish, but also watching our competitors to kind of predict the market and really see what's going on to protect ourselves. And about Fudmogo itself, I learned that we really are a house of brands, and each brand has its own identity from region to region. Like you can see with our vehicles in operation and how that affects sales within each region. All of our brands really are viewed differently throughout the entire country. And it was really cool to see how all of our brands interact. Even though I was only in under hood, I learned a little bit about each brand, and it was really cool to see the umbrella that we really do hold. And if I could do anything differently, I didn't have any major complaints at all. The only issue we ran into with a lot of the interns was having access to the iDrive right away, which I didn't have much of a problem with, but I know some others did. So it'd be nice if that was set up right away, but at the same time, I learned the process of gaining access to that, where I wouldn't have had to reach out to the IT team instead. So it's cool to learn the process of gaining access, but it'd be nice for most people if it was already set up. But that's really the biggest complaint I had, and that's not very major. That was really it. I'd like to open up for any questions.
What was your favorite project that you worked on?
I would definitely have to go with the Felpro Tech Blogs because it was cool to see, to go from the proofing stage all the way up until interacting with the garage gurus and putting it in their vans that they'll use every day. So really touching it every step of the way throughout the entire project.
I just wanted to say, as a comment, I worked very closely with Nick and Stephanie on quite a few projects, and they're both very good, bright, and eager, and did a fantastic job. I guess my question for you would be, in the process of managing the Tech Blog project from A to Z, what were the most important lessons you learned?
Organization. Like I said, building a strong relationship with vendors too. Interacting with people that I never would have had a chance to interact with. Like, when else would I interact with a company in Battle Creek that I hadn't heard of until I started? I'm really staying organized with contact information, how I want to handle the whole project moving forward over about 2 months that this project took. Attention to detail for sure, and really not babysitting, but almost really watching closely what these outside companies are doing to limit errors, limit communication errors. There's one part of the project where they basically sent an entire shipment, instead of me, sent it somewhere else, and it was just a big error that we had to fix. So having a good relationship helped because I was able to communicate with them the problem, like how they kind of messed up. But saying that in a professional way where we were all on the same page and really limit the errors and how much it affected us. Alright, if there's no other questions, I would like to make special mention of Ann Skricky-Muller, who really dedicated a lot of time and effort to me, and I really hope she knows how much I appreciate it.